Welcome and hello. This is Transparency Talk, and I'm Christina. Today's guest is Liffort Hobley, former NFL player with the Miami Dolphins. Liffort, my friend.
Hey.
I've known you, what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years?
Yeah, we're working on a couple of decades. We're getting there.
So I'm like a daughter now.
Hey,
That means I get some benefits.
I'm not that old.
You're not that old?
No, I'm not old enough.
I could be a love
30
child.
years old yet.
I could be a love child.
Okay, that's
So I get benefits.
sounds better.
So how have you been? Let's talk.
Busy. Even last year during the catastrophic pandemic, I was busy. We shut down for a little bit, maybe a month, and then of course started operating again. Being that I was working from home virtually for my company, and we started to handle all the other things virtually as well. All of our NFL alumni meetings were virtual. All of our engagements were virtual. So it made life easier for me because that's how I work regardless. I work remotely in my office. Even if I'm in the office, I'm at home. It's the same thing. I'm still in the office.
Well, you miss the engagement of being out in the public, speaking to other NFL. I mean, obviously you're speaking to them virtually, but just being social and
Right.
sharing, touching and hugging and handshaking. You missed all of that. You can do deals over the phone and do a DocuSign.
Exactly.
So, but now we're able to get back out there, travel, do those things.
Well, I haven't taken a plane travel trip yet. That's coming up next month. That'll be my first. But I have been on the road back and forth between here and my hometown, Shreveport.
Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so you can cook me some gumbo.
I could do that.
Maybe.
I could definitely do that.
Shrimp?
Whatever you like.
Oh, you know what? When you say whatever you like, I went to Coming to America.
See?
Whatever you like.
That's it. Whatever you
So
like.
talk to me a little bit about, now that you are a retired NFL player, in what capacity do you serve on any boards with the NFL or?
Well, at this point, I'm the standing president for the NFL Alumni Dallas chapter. Prior to this year, I was the NFL Alumni Dallas chapter, Louisiana chapter president for North Louisiana and Tyler, all the way over to Shreveport and all the way down to Alexandria. I was listed as president for that territory.
Wow.
Until we actually convinced the group to add another chapter. We're up to 37 chapters now, soon to be 38. We recognizing the group in Oklahoma to separate and have their own chapter soon in Oklahoma. So we do have a number of former players in the Oklahoma territory, which I was actually a president of that territory as well. Yes.
So maybe, are we going to do any political runs? Like you heard president.
No.
None of that?
No, none of that. Not in my
Not Congress,
lifetime.
not
Maybe
city
I'll have
council?
I wouldn't pass up an opportunity
Okay.
to be city council member in my hometown or here in Texas.
We live in, this is Texas. We need to hear some Texas stuff. So, that being said, what is one of your takeaways from being a professional NFL player that you still live by today?
Well, governing yourself like you were a player, continuing to do the things you represented yourself in the community that you worked in, which was Miami and St. Louis, and represent yourself in the same fashion as a leader in the community, as a positive role model to your kids, your own kids first, and then of course all the kids in your community.
Yeah, we worked on a couple of community engagement projects together in Dallas ISD schools. You assist in football camps. You speak on panels. What do you do for self-care?
Self-care.
Yes.
Loving my community.
You're like, no. See.
Loving my community, putting it out
When you're
there.
not working,
Well,
something that you
I'm
do
never
for
not.
self.
I'm never not.
And this is why this is so important,
Yeah.
because you guys are always working.
Right.
And you pass out on the plane, you're sleeping on the plane, you're sleeping in the Uber. You're taking phone calls every day, all
Right.
day. there has to be some downtime where you either watch a movie or you say, I'm gonna
There is.
go to
there is.
Europe.
I'm kidding.
So what do you do?
I'm a big time fan of Netflix.
Netflix and chill.
Big time. And,
Okay.
and the reason being because Netflix provides a lot of different opportunities in regards to documentaries, where you can watch documentaries from other countries in a different language, and learn that, hey, that culture over there is similar to the culture here, where some of the same things are happening in other countries that are happening here. It's, just because they're in a different country speaking a different language doesn't mean that they have a different mindset than anyone here in the U.S.
So I'm gonna ask you a personal question, and hopefully you answered. If not, I respect that. What did you hate about playing when you played football?
To be honest with you, the little part of the hate part was practice.
The practice, having to get up so early, stay out.
Oh no, I didn't mind getting up early. It was just a continuous repetition of over and over again. It was like Groundhog's Day. So on Sunday, if you made any type of mental error, it was definitely frowned upon by not only your coaches, but your teammates. Because the repeated process over and over again, you should be prepared. But
right.
Of course, fatigue sets in, and sometimes you go to different things. You try and guess and see what should go on, and then of course you realize that you're totally screwed up. But that part of it, and you know what? Everyone has one of those things in their lifetime that they hate about the job that they have, in regards to, regardless of what type of job it is. You're gonna hate one thing about the job.
Or two or three.
You're never gonna love everything exactly up two or three.
And what do you
about
love?
the job, yeah.
Don't tell me winning, because that's obvious about football. Don't
Well,
say,
you
well,
know-
I love winning, and I love, what did you love? about
Going
football?
back to the two things I would probably say I'll do over again if God gave me the opportunity. The recruiting process of college. And then of course, going to college and staying there longer than 4 years, basically. It's one of those things that I would probably say, if any athlete had something to do over again, going to college and doing that over again, that was amazing. It was an amazing opportunity. And I learned a lot from it because it actually got me prepared for the next step, which was paying your own bills, earning your own wages.
The adult
Yeah,
responsibility.
exactly. Exactly.
We're adulting now.
Yeah, and
Don't you hate adulting sometimes?
well, yeah,
Yeah.
especially when you have to adult us other adults.
Oh, God. Well, as the president, I would think so.
But it's fun. It's fun. I actually get to engage with over, here in the Dallas-Fort Worth community, we have over 1,000 NFL former players.
Really?
Of course, we inherit.
Ladies, y'all hear that?
We inherit 5 to 10 former professional athletes a year.
No,
in
for the
this
ladies that
community.
want that.
Of course, ladies that are looking for single guys that have never been married.
Well, what if they're
possibly.
married and divorced?
Well,
They
hey,
have that other baggage that comes with that.
well, not
That's
necessarily
another conversation.
necessarily baggage, Christine.
Well, no, baggage doesn't have to be negative. It could be that they have a heavy load that they carry with them from a previous marriage, whether
Sure.
it's expenses, children.
Well, as you know,
Right.
as professional athletes, we always have those expenses and family members that attach themselves to you, and
Like that
you have to,
18th cousin you've never heard of.
yeah, you have to make a decision. Who are you going to take care of first?
You.
Exactly. And I hope every athlete, feels that way. Take care of yourself first. Take care of mama next.
Nobody else.
Everybody else.
Nobody else.
Grown-ups.
Yeah,
Take
nobody
care of
else.
yourself.
Well, look, Kobe.
Before, hey.
I'll have you go to school, but I'm not buying a house. Yeah, so you do a lot, which is good in the community, with the NFL. Your self-care, you travel a little bit, Netflix and chill. Now, not to get you in any trouble, who's your favorite football team?
My
currently?
favorite football team.
Yes,
LSU,
in the NFL.
LSU Tigers.
No, not college.
Okay.
Not collegiate.
All right.
NFL.
All right.
And you can't say
Number-
the Dolphins
number
because you
one.
pay for them.
Number one.
Just one.
Number one is the Dolphins, actually.
Number one is the Dolphins. You have to go with the Dolphins. Okay. Well,
And then, of course, number two would be the St. Louis Cardinals. Would be the Arizona Cardinals because I did work for the Cardinals. I'm a Cardinal alumni, and as a third team that's always been on my radar, even when I was a little kid.
it better be the Dallas Cowboys.
My favorite team as a little kid, growing up in Shreveport,
better be the Dallas
Louisiana,
Cowboys.
it's the Pittsburgh
You
Steelers.
see, you know what, Krista, I'm over it. The Steelers. I mean, who's your favorite? So when we look at, I had an opportunity to meet Ezekiel Elliott. Who's your favorite current player, younger player, and or close to retirement or even retirement?
Oh man,
One.
One.
Just give me one.
just one.
Because I know you got a long list.
Jamal Adams, Seattle Seahawks, former LSU Tiger, and
Here
a
we go with this
future
LSU again.
hey, future Hall of Famer.
How do you know that?
Oh, and look at his play. He's already 3-4 years in the NFL and a 4-time Pro Bowl.
Okay, that
So
enough said.
with that pedigree, and to me, coming from my alma mater, he's the best safety I've seen come through that.
And not because
LSU
of your alma mater.
process.
Seriously, because of his performance.
Because of his performance
Okay.
and the way he approaches the game. He approaches the game from every angle. He knows everything about everyone that's in his circle. All 10 guys have responsibilities. And I can guarantee you, he can tell you what each one of them's responsibility is.
And because he had the grind and the grit, like
That's it.
the practice. If you miss a practice, you may miss the opportunity.
And he's a Texas kid. He grew up here in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, he went to Hebron High School. His father was a former NFL great as well, George Adams, who played for the New York Giants and was a great player for a long time. He and I competed against each other in college. George went to Kentucky, and we've known each other for a long time.
It's interesting
so
to me
that's
how you guys
part
are like
of my
walking
family. Yeah.
encyclopedias. You remember all this data and stats, and when y'all lost, what's one game you lost that you just knew y'all were going to win?
Ooh.
And you beat yourself up,
Well,
mentally, of course.
playing against the Steelers at home in Miami,
Uh-huh.
we went up 14-0 in the first quarter. We're doing just great. Second quarter started, and it started pouring raining.
You can play in the rain.
Oh yeah, we should be able to. It's our home stadium. I don't know what happened, but the Steelers went momentum on us, and it never turned the other direction.
Steelers, and you lost that game, and it's never turned back around.
Right.
How did you feel when you walked off the field?
Well, it's the team that drafted me. Okay, so they're in my house right now, and I'm pretty peed
Upset,
off.
uh-huh.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
but I had a really good game, but still we lost the game, which was kind of conflicting. I was like, oh my, I can't believe that. Of course, I have to talk to my old buddies from the Steeler organization after the fact, and you don't burn bridges.
Right.
I'm a Steeler alumni. I respect the organization. I stay strong with my convictions. I'm still a Steeler fan. Got a little personal pocket there for the Pittsburgh Steelers. If I ever need anything, I know I can count on them.
Right. The nugget that I take away is you don't burn bridges. But
No.
sometimes you have to walk over and don't walk back.
Well, yeah, you do. You really do, but you
You still keep
leave
that.
it. You leave
Leave
the
it
sidewalk open so you can walk back
The
across.
sidewalk open. Just in case.
Just in case,
Just in case.
just in case you need to talk to
Right.
Franco Harris or Rocky Bleier, or reach out to the Steeler organization within to ask for a favor for a friend, ask for a
Yes.
product that a signed ball from one of the players, one
Right.
of their greats.
Right.
So that happened just recently.
You're
I
one of the
haven't
greats.
even-
Where's my sign football?
Well, you've got all of that. You don't know what
I
you
don't
did.
have all. I don't have all of that.
Well, he does.
Well, we're talking about me though.
Well, we'll have to work on
We'll
that.
have to work on
We'll
that.
have to
Yes,
work
we will. We're gonna have some extra conversations that come with that. So, other than football, what would you have liked to do?
Well, I actually was a pretty dang good baseball player growing up as a kid.
So still sports.
Still sports. And with that in mind, sports was the way out of my hometown. Sports was the way out of my community. And going back, and giving back is my give back. When I get an opportunity to do something in this community, in my home community, or wherever I am around the country. When I travel to Miami, I basically invest some time, stay over, and I go out and speak to a few schools while I'm here.
So we're going to Miami then.
Well, okay,
Are we working when we go to Miami?
I'm always working.
Well, you can work. I'm going to go to the beach. Well, Liffort, I really appreciate you today. Taking time to come over and speak to me on Transparency Talk. Learn a little bit about you.
Definitely.
And maybe we'll have you again.
I'd love to. I'd love to. I know we have a lot of things coming up. I have a social justice partner with the NFL Alumni Dallas Chapter, Hope Initiative. And then, of course, Help Consulting is one of our partners as well. Dr. Robert Harper is head of Hope Initiative, and Dr. Ed Tarleton, Help Consulting. Both of those groups, we work together in the community.
Okay.
We provide the relationships that need to happen in our community, which is our police officers that work for our communities and our communities themselves, the residents and our kids in the community. If we can actually move the needle on better relationships here, and then of course if we can raise the needle on relationships as far as how you pay these professionals that you basically count on to police your cities, you're paying them poverty rate wages.
Well,
Move the
so are
needle.
teachers, and that's a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole nother conversation.
But, and
We'll have that.
We
We'll have
will.
that.
Well, there you have it. We've had a wonderful guest today, Liffort Hobley, on Transparency Talk. Stay tuned.